Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're gonna try to play a blue-white King T'Challa deck. It's the blue-white Flash deck, but I added in King T'Challa as a new card that potentially can work with the Azorius Momo combo. So obviously he's not flying. He doesn't get the payoff from Momo's reduction on Flier ability, but what he does get is potentially the ability to transform. Now, I haven't really done this, but the idea is that if I play King T'Challa and then play Daydream on him, he should be able to return as the Black Panther side. Right? Because it's an exiled creature and it comes back. But since it's a double-sided card, you get to choose which side it comes back in. I haven't really done this effect, so I want to try it out. But it doesn't matter, even if you can't do that, because this whole deck can help us cast the backside of King T'Challa, the Black Panther, by airbending it. Airbender's Ascension or Aang can help us do that. And that's the whole idea of the original deck anyways. So original, Azorius Momo deck. I took out the conductor, right? That was a dedicated Aven Interrupter, make your opponent regret playing Magic deck. This isn't that. This is the, we're going to flicker, Daydream rather, our Starfield Shepherd and Quantum Riddler deck. We just added King T'Challa to also be able to do that. So let's talk about the deck list. Pretty straightforward deck, I would say, but with a little bit of a new addition from Marvel set. So to start us off, we have a turn 1 Momo, and our turn 1, Springleaf Drum for Momo, and 1 Granny. So the idea is, if we're on the play, these are all good cards to drop on turn 1. If we're on the draw, we also have turn 1 Seam Rip that is potentially removal. But here, let's talk about the tempo plays, which are one of these 9. And then turn 2, we can follow that up with some very good turn 2 cards. Don't let these mana sources or mana splits fool you, right? Obviously, we can play a turn 2 Mind Stone. If we have nothing else, this is a ramp. And if we drop Momo turn 2, we can actually Mind Stone into a Momo. That's not bad. We can also turn 2 Airbender's Ascension. This will be very good if our opponent turn 1 Land or Elf. Guess what? It's gone. We can also, if our opponent turn to Badgermon Cup, we can airbend out the man lands. It doesn't remove it. It doesn't bounce it back to their hand, but at least they don't get the extra boost from the Land or Elves or from the Badgermon Cups. So that looks like the only turn 2 play, but we got our warps. So we got 4 Starfield Shepherd and 4 Quantum Riddler. Very good warp cards that goes insanely good within this Momo deck. So here's how it works, right? If we turn 1 Momo, we can turn 2, pay 1 mana for a Starfield Shepherd or for a Quantum Riddler, because the warp cost is reduced by Momo's ability. And then since they only cost 1, we have 1 other mana left to Daydream it. So that's immediately a turn 2, 1 Momo on board already, plus a 4/3 Starfield Shepherd that fetch for 2 cards, or a 5/7 Quantum Riddler that drew us 2 and potentially more later on cards. So that is what's insane about this deck. Now turn 2 and on, we always will have a Nurturing Pixie that can help us draw more cards, not draw more cards, but get more value out of our cards should we need to. So I'm actually going to put this to the side because that's to talk about for later. This is our on-tempo play. Then, of course, if we turn 1 Springleaf Drum and then play Momo on turn 2, we'll have reduction to be able to eventually play a turn 2 or a turn 3 Aven Interrupter or Aang Swift Savior, which are, the core of the deck, but I also added 1 or 2 T'Challa, King T'Challa, which can be cast from the backside, and then 1 Haliya. So that is our on-tempo play. Some flash speed cards that could be flickered or not reanimated, but brought back from exile to get a lot of effects. And then our tricks to the deck. So we have 2 Seam Rips, which may not look that good at first. If you just look at Seam Rip as a soul card for removal against Land or Elf or something, that's a 1-for-1, right? But there's a lot of tokens. So Seam Rip can be used to take out a token, and after it takes out a token, we can even where is it? Well, it's over here actually. Nurturing Pixie it back and then play it again. So we inevitably can use Seam Rip multiple times. Once to get rid of early game threat, and when that threat is no longer a threat, imagine Land or Elf on turn 6 or 7, it doesn't matter anymore, right? We can bounce our Seam Rip back and use it to take out a bigger threat, should that be necessary. And then the biggest card in this deck, Daydream. Daydream is what makes this deck unfair, right? This is how we get to our turn 2, 5-7 Quantum Riddler turns. So that is the spread. And then for our land base, I went all the way down to 21 lands. We don't need that many lands because we got 4 Springleaf Drum and 2 Mind Stone for the mana sources. So yeah, we don't need that many. 21 lands is enough. Technically, actually 20 lands. We have 7 plains, 1 island. We need a lot of plains because our Starfield Shepherd draws plains from our deck. And then we have 4 Fluff on Verge, 4 Gleaming Bastion, the new dual color land, and then 4 Hallowed Fountain. Don't worry about Gleaming Bastion, that might be turned off. Starfield Shepherd draws us a plane. The plane turns on all of our Bastion and all of our Fluff on Verges. That's insane, right? Just one basic land turns on all of the dual lands in this deck. And then it even turns this on, our 1 Abandoned Air Temple. So that's why I said 20 lands, because Abandoned Air Temple is not really a land. It's more of a sort of a utility that pumps a whole board. If our opponent's not doing anything, we are turtling, we're just kill them with the Abandoned Air Temple pumping. Just even Momo can get the lethal. So that's the whole idea of the deck. Let's go into the game and see how well our King T'Challa deck will do. Alright, our opponent is Brock. What? No, Brock's eyes aren't that big, you liar. We go first. We got Momo and Drum and Spring. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's hope it pays off for us. I think we play Drum first. Yeah, that's fine. Blue, Talent. Okay, let me see if I can get this correctly. So we play Momo for 1 mana. We should be able to riddle. Okay, and then I will... Do I want to play another Drum? I could play a Drum. I think that's fine. I'll play a Drum. I'll play a white again. Tap this Momo. And then we will Daydream our Riddler. Oh, how we riddle our card draw. And we will eventually also riddle our opponent. With bullets! We're probably just gonna get bounced, but it's getting stuff out. We drew cards. We drew 2 cards at the cost of 2 cards. If they bounce, we will, I guess, Seam Rip and Starfield Shepherd them. No attacks, huh? Well then, do I want to attack? I also want to play a Starfield Shepherd, but I guess we'll start with the Shepherd. I could play a land. Violent Outburst. What does Outburst do? 3 damage, tap up to 1 target creature. So it's going to deal 3 damage to Momo and then tap Quantum Riddler. So we'll add blue with the Riddler. We'll add white with Momo. And we will bring in the Granny. Granny draws cards, right? I think that's pretty good. So then we will... Now we can play our land. Granny doesn't draw cards this turn, but I think it's fine. And then we will... I mean, we can also Daydream. I don't need to Seam Rip this board. I can Daydream the Starfield Shepherd. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to Daydream the... I have the mana this turn. If I do this, then I waste my mana. So, yeah, let's just Daydream the Shepherd. And then we can get another Momo. I don't think I need another land. I'll get myself a Pixie, though. Yeah. And now every time we draw a card, we'll draw 2 cards if we just get rid of our hand. Am I in Pioneer? What the hell? Is that an op? This is Violent Outburst op deck. Okay, so it's craps. Craps is scary. We need to get into be so quickly. He's gonna blow up Granny and attack us. Cool beans. So I definitely want to play the land, right? So I want a Seam Rip. One of these. Then I can bounce. And then we'll Seam Rip the other one. And then we can Quantum Riddler. Draws us 2 cards. Oh, it draws us 3. Oh, I have 2 Riddler. Yeah, okay. Cool. Then I can play Momo by tapping this. Take some damage. That's a lot of damage. And our king is here! For the Flash Speed Double Striker. Oh, no, GG. Alright, our opponent is Kirin. The virtuous Kirin. Alright, opponent goes first with his Kirin. Oh boy. I mean, this would be a good hand if I can keep Momo, but that's gonna be tough. Because our opponent's going first. And they have red. Okay, so how about an uphill battle? And have blue. I don't think we're long for this world. They also have nowhere to run. I mean, okay. It's just a lesson stack. Cool. Can't do anything. Perfect. We are a creature deck. They are a creature removal deck. Oh, they are mana screwed. That's very good, though. Yeah, tell me about it. I think Aang could be good. They have 2 mana. They can just remove whatever I play. Abandoned Air Temple. I'll just build up a land base. If they don't want to do anything, they're gonna have to discard. I'll play Aang. Aang is a little bit less useful. He'll quench me with his lessons, which is a-okay with me. I don't know why I did that, but okay. This will draw me 2 cards. Bring out Springleaf Drum. Tap it for white. Tap this creature. Oh, okay. Nice counterspell, Kirin. I don't know why you did that. Alright, our opponent is Irony. Very iron. We go first. Crap. Okay. Oh boy, this is tough. Abandoned Air Temple. You know, I'm gonna play like this because then I can turn 2 Momo with the Mind Stone. Optimistic Scavenger. It looks like I could have turned 2 Momo anyways, but still think I do it like this. It's not the greatest. We're always gonna get God by Shelter, so. Wonderweave Aerialist. He attacks. Each of your turn. Let's go. Getting rid of one of his creatures is a definite plus. Oh, Momo again. Ha! We top decked the card we needed. Just another Momo, apparently. Scav. I don't have hexproof. Go, King T'Challa. Looks like they got a burn spell or something. No? No burn spell here. I'll attack with the King T'Challa. Ah, okay. Charmage's Rescue. Well, I have plot the Charmage Rescue. Basically can't do anything. Oh! GG! Get got, irony! How ironic. Alright, our opponent is BQ. BQEU. I mean, he's a young Avenger. But we are going first. Wow, okay, wait, hold on. Hey, shut up. I can get a Haliya out next turn. I don't know how good that is. Yeah, it's something. I could also Seam Rip him, but then I'll lose my Gleaming Bastion. Scavenger. Oh boy, okay. 2 Gleaming Bastions. I mean, this just gains 3 life, right? It doesn't do anything else. I don't know if I want to do that. If I Quantum Riddler, he could just get rid of the Quantum Riddler. Then I actually get nowhere. So, If I play Haliya and warp out Haliya and then Seam Rip this, that's actually not bad. I don't draw a card, but I do have a 4/4 on turn 2. And it's nothing to scoff at. And our Riddler is gonna draw a lot of cards. He's gonna Seam Rip. Want to Seam Rip? Okay. But he can't play Shelter this turn because he Seam Ripped the Seam Rip. Maria Hill. I did not want to draw another land, that's for sure. Okay. Do I attack first? What would he do? Well, I guess he roped. That's what he would do. Freaking white decks. God, I hate this deck so much. I don't know. I think the consensus in most Magic community is that they don't like this deck. But, you know, obviously there's a lot of bad players that love playing it. So you gotta be able to own up to that kind of game. I guess we'll play another drum. It's not the greatest, but it's not wasting my mana anyways. Now I can get a third one. I don't know. I mean, I can get Granny, which is pretty good. Or next turn I can play the Riddler. Assuming they don't get rid of Haliya, right? If they get rid of Haliya, I will... Okay. No, they're just gonna go big. 5/4 first striker. So he wants to race. I mean, Skyward Spider. He wants to race, and that will be tough. How would I even get through this, though? I don't know if I can. This is first striker. It's gonna get big. Skyward Spider is also a card that we can't really fight that well. I think we warp this first. I did get Granny. Granny can draw me a card. But aside from drawing a card, what would Granny do? It's pretty realistic. So I could cycle. If I play Shepherd here, I get a card, and I have to tap this for another mana. So I don't think there's a way out of it where I don't have to cycle. So I guess we'll have to do it like this. Drawn this, I do get Aang. And that gains some life. And this is a 4/4, but if he gets life gain here and his shelter. Nah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to trade with Haliya anyways. I draw another card. That's 2 counter spells. Captain America. You and other heroes you control have hexproof. That is quite scary. But I have 2 counter spells. So it's not nothing. So I don't want to attack with Haliya. Take 5. I have 7 mana. It's not a lot. This doesn't do anything, right? It makes Maria Hill bigger, but I don't care about that. This is first strike, so I'm not blocking it. No blocks. White. Tap. We'll draw. Oh, that's a card I want, so I guess we'll toss a Shepherd. Get back to the hand, Captain America. Well, get airbended. Almost the same as back to the hand, I guess. Go to my turn. Okay. This is pretty close to lethal, depending on where he blocks. Yeah, that's a lot of blocks, huh? Okay. Then we can Pixie. Back Aang. I can Aang them again now. I still have 7 mana, so I think I'm good. Don't have to be too greedy. He could get any... I guess another Captain America? Okay. I mean, I'm at, 17. Spider-Man. I'm okay with that. Go for it. Does he want to attack? He's at 5. If he attacks, we can just end him. I still have an Aang. It's still gonna happen again. No, it's just gonna GG. Nice white deck. Get out of here, you. Alright, our opponent is Elravu. No, Weevu. I don't know, but we go first. Okay. I can't play Aang on turn 2 because the way Momo works is only on our turn. So I think it's still better to just Springleaf Drum here. Because that's going to be another mana from Momo anyways next turn. Oh, I played Drum and he quits. GG. That's too scary. Alright, our opponent is True Blood's 13-13. What is a 13-13? This is the Death Shadow? You go first. Okay. It's nice. We can Springleaf Drum the turn 1. And then Riddler into Daydream. We can even bounce the drum later if we want, but at least we have that going for us. Don't touch my drum. Just play nothing. God damn it. Okay. Headliner. It's acceptable. Let's draw 2 cards. Another Springleaf Drum, but can't use it right now. So only got 1 creature. But I will draw another card. Headliner, you say? Looks scary. How many turns will last? Now I gotta vomit out my hand, but there's a lot of lands, unfortunately. Arabella. When it enters, I draw a card. If I have fewer than 1, I draw more. That's not that great. And I drew another land, which is also not that great. Can I go to full control? Do I have to go to full control for this? Okay, yes. Submit 1. Tap it. I'll bounce the drum. So I play the drum again. Then I play the Mind Stone. I don't think I need full control anymore. Play the drum again. Do I race with the Riddler? He can gain life. And this thing, I mean, Riddler is stopping them from attacking, so I can't afford to do anything until I can Daydream the Riddler again, maybe. Depending on what I draw, but that is a lot of mana now on board. They do also have Shelter, so gotta be careful. I mean, drawing 5 lands out of 11 cards, plus 2 Springleaf Drum and a Mind Stone, that's 8 lands, or 8 mana sources. That's 3 non-mana source. Feels kind of bad. This Riddler, though. This Riddler will have to do. Did I hurt myself? There's a lot of blue that I don't need. I think we go for the... do I go for the attack? Because I need this mana. 7. 3 times 7. That is a 3-turn clock. You know what? Let's go for draws first. It's not like he can do anything. I draw 3 cards. Okay. So, those are good cards. I want to Daydream, but I also have 2 more mana. So, let's use 1 of the mana to Seam Rip. Is Arabella. That's the most annoying card. And then we will Daydream out this Riddler. Tapping the Riddler. I'll draw another card. It's another land. But 3-turn clock is 3-turn clock. Even if he has Shelter by Ghost, it's gonna be useful. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, okay, he's gonna quit. There's a lot of lands. But, hey, 2 Quantum Riddler is tough. Alright, our opponent is Brenda Z. He is an Avenger. He's an Avenger level threat is what he is. You go first. Okay, we become the Avenger level threat. We can Starfield Shepherd Outlands. Yeah, I mean, it's what we gotta do, right? Momo. Granny! Yo boy, this is gonna be tough, huh? Starfield Shepherd. I don't even know what I can get out. I mean, I don't want another Momo. Guess I get Lens. Do I even need a Pixie? So I'll take a Pixie since I have a land. Daydream the Shepherd. Yeah, it's some damage. Lessons deck. Not gonna be easy to fight Lessons. Oh, okay, he's gonna Wisdom this soon. He needs a card to get rid of the Shepherd, I guess. Oh, what do you know? That's a good card to have. Not even gonna play. Okay, well, I have to let him cycle because I attacked. But I don't have to let him play anything. And he's at 10. So we can lethal him pretty quickly here. Eye roll? No eye roll. Blot it. Now you gotta pay 2 to do that. Probably's got another burn spell, right? If you don't have another... what? I did it too fast, huh? Well, it's 1+1 damage, but I lose 2 here. Down to 4. I mean, we'll do it again. This is a lot of damage. He'll quench, but that's all his place. Is it? No, he's got Granny activated now. Yeah, I don't think that was the right play. I got a little bit too cavalier. I don't know about that. What's your plan now? Any Flier is lethal, and it just so happens I have a Flier. Why did I take Momo? Oh, I already have Pixie in my hand, that's why. I mean, this is just overkill. GG. That -1 didn't matter as much, but yeah, it was a slight misplay. Good game. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all of those, I guess, King T'Challa games, how does this game feel? How does this deck feel? Well, you saw all those games, so you would know. Mr. King T'Challa is a little shy. He never came out even once. Even when we drew him, we didn't get to play him before we won already. So, yeah, he's a good card. I'm not going to say he's a bad card. And I didn't get to see whether or not a Daydream combo would work. So, I guess we got to go do a quick Google search. But I still think this card works perfectly in Azorius Flash. Because that's, you know, he's Azorius and he's Flash. That's exactly what we want, right? And this whole deck worked exactly as intended in the current metagame. It removes a lot of our opponent's plays, makes it so that they can't really do much while we beat them down. So that's very fun, and I don't know if there's any fine-tuning that I would say I need in this deck. Maybe I cut one plane for another island or another Airbend Air Temple, because even though Starfield Shepherd fetches for planes, it also fetches for creatures. So very often we're not looking for planes with Shepherd anyways. I don't think I need that many planes. aside from that, I don't know if there's any other fixes. Perhaps we cut one Mind Stone. The Mind Stone is great, but it never really had a great impact on any game. So we can go down to one. And then Haliya, I wanted to cut Haliya for Aang because a lot of times I want Aang, but then that one game with Haliya really got us to win by being a turn 2/4/4. Made it so that I'm a little bit more hesitant on cutting her. She also draws his card, so that's not bad, right? Maybe if you want to cut Haliya and just putting more to King T'Challa, because he also draws his cards at the cost of our opponent drawing cards, which, you know, at the end of the day, it's not that bad. And neither of them are flying, so neither of them gets helped by Momo, but at least King T'Challa's Flash. So that could be relevant. And putting a Daydream on King T'Challa is way better, because then we get a 4/4 double striker that whenever deals combat damage draws those cards. That I actually, now that I talked myself into it, I think this is better than Haliya, and maybe we should have 3 King T'Challas, and that's it. That's the whole shift. Just turn 2 Quantum Riddler, win us so many games that I don't think much else matters. But this is the deck, right? It's very fast. Even if our opponent's on the play and we're on the draw, turn 2 Quantum Riddler going to our opponent's turn 3 is pretty scary, and most decks can really handle a 5/7 hitting them in the face that quickly. And then eventually we get 2 5/7s, like one of those games that you saw, and then the game's already over by then. That's the whole idea of the deck, and that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.